Picture this. A critical system crashes on Black Friday. Millions of dollars are at stake, and your team is looking to you for answers. You resolve the issue, but months later, you find yourself sitting in an interview, asked to recount that exact moment. The interviewer on your screen isn't a person, it is a conversational AI. It cannot detect the stress in your voice or the pride you take in your work. It is only processing the words you speak. This specific question about a system meltdown is a deliberate filter. It tests whether you can organize complex technical steps under pressure. Without a specific structure, most candidates fail here because they ramble through the details. Over the next few minutes, we will build a scripted response that matches the specific data points the system is programmed to find. Passing an automated interview requires delivering data in a format the software is designed to parse. You're no longer seeking human validation, you are providing evidence to an algorithm. When you recount a crisis, the natural human reflex is to talk about how it felt. You want to explain the pressure and stakes. In this format, that narrative is a distraction. The system uses semantic density, acting like a digital highlighter scanning your transcript. It filters out emotional padding. Words like very and stressful are the mud, adding zero technical information. The signal, the gold, is made of hard numbers, system names, and specific actions. Before you continue, look at your own experience. Write down the strict technical facts, the specific percentage of downtime, the exact tools used, and the exact minutes to recover. The machine tracks measurable data. It values the objective steps you took over the emotional effort required. To ensure the AI maps your story, use the STAR framework. First, the situation, 20% defining the broken mechanism. Next, the task, 10% stating the business goal. Action is 60%, explaining your specific steps. Finally, result, 10% on the measurable outcome. You should also upgrade your vocabulary. Instead of saying you found some people to help, say you deployed temporary staff. High-impact verbs like deployed, scaled, and synchronized increase your signal density. Formatting your memory into this sequence provides the structured data blocks the algorithm needs to generate a high score. Writing the script is only half the battle. You also have to manage how the system physically records your voice. Most AI platforms use voice activity detection. If you stop talking to think for 5 seconds, the system assumes you are done and cuts the recording. The habit of looking away in silence to recall a detail is fatal in this format. The machine cannot see you thinking, it only hears the quiet. To prevent this, use a technique called speak to pause. You narrate your internal thoughts to keep the microphone active while you gather your facts. Instead of silence, say, "Let me structure my approach for a moment," or "I am identifying the specific constraints." This keeps the system listening. Verbalizing your process doesn't make you look uncertain. It proves to the algorithm that your reasoning is methodical and structured. A high-scoring response sounds like this. A server cluster failed during peak volume. My task was to restore checkout functionality immediately. I deployed 2 redundant instances and rerouted traffic. The result was a 99% retention of active sessions. When your script follows this sequence, you ensure the AI finds the evidence it needs to approve your candidacy. Performing for an algorithm can feel unnatural. It is a rigid environment where your humanity is translated into a score. However, preparing for these rules forces you to identify the specific steps and outcomes of your work. By eliminating the filler words that often clutter human conversation, you learn to describe your professional value